So I received this postcard, which has several gentlemen about to go surfing on it. A postcard from Australia. And I thought to myself, I've always wanted to learn how to surf. And what better place to do it than in Australia, possibly the surfing capital of the world. So I headed down to Trigg Beach, which is about 10 miles northwest of Perth, and hooked up with Surfing Western Australia, which assured me that in 45 minutes time, I could learn how to surf. So Trigg Beach is a picture of simplicity. There's essentially a few coffee shops, a parking lot, the surf school, and miles of beach. It's really quite beautiful and very popular too for Western Australians. So I'm actually here to surf for the very first time. I've never touched a surfboard, never. That's the first time I've touched a surfboard just now. If I was going to recommend it to anybody else, I would say you have to take a lesson. The people who are your instructors have been doing this forever. My instructor, Mark, was able to jump on that board with little more than a wisp of a wave and come right in. It was incredible what he was able to do, but it was from years and years of practice. And like learning anything, it's best to have an instructor. It's best to have someone who knows exactly what they're doing to be able to impart their skills onto you. I would say the basics are pretty simple, so that when the instructor goes over all of the mechanics of what is required to go surfing, it's really not that difficult to remember them and to sort of put them in your mind, but then putting them into practice takes exactly that. It takes practice. When you're on the beach and you're going through the practice round and trying to figure out exactly where to put your body, where to put your hands, putting the wax on the board, it all seems relatively simple, but when you're out on the ocean, the trick is balance. Unless you're a young child, which I found the children basically can pick this up like it's absolutely nothing. An older adult is going to fall off the board several times before they can actually be able to balance and get up there and do it, and falling off the board should never prevent you from continuing to try and continuing to learn.
Everybody's heard about the bird.
I did fall off the board many times. In total, when going back to the footage, I looked and counted 26 times that I attempted surfing. And I fell off of the board completely 23 of those 26 times. The hardest part about trying to surf is staying on the board. You have to actually push yourself up on the board, and then in that moment when you're actually up there, you have to stay there. And that's the trickiest part.
Since that's gonna be my best one.
Yes and no. I do remember the basics, and I have an idea of what it would take to get back into the water and actually continue to practice, but I would not say that I am a surfing pro by any stretch of the imagination. I would absolutely recommend that anyone who's even had an inkling of wanting to go learn how to surf, get out there and do it. When you feel yourself getting better and better, it's a sense of accomplishment. It is great exercise. That is definitely true.
I
I'm thinking about it way too much.
It's you, the board, and the ocean. And everything is just trying to come together to make this really amazing activity. And there isn't anything else quite like it in the world. You're going to fall off. You're going to fall off many times. But I actually did, over the 45 minutes of surfing, did catch myself getting a little bit better at certain things, making nuanced changes that actually made it easier successive times I would get up there. I only actually stayed on the board 3 times, and that wasn't even that exciting. But I feel now that if I were to go back to it and try it again, I would definitely get better, and eventually I would actually know how to surf.
Alright, Kev, well, you got a little bit of work to do, my man.
I'm going to keep working on it. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.